Let me first walk you through some things that has to inform our relationship. Let me start with values. Values informs your principles, and your principles guides your choices. And in your choices, you are able to define your boundaries. And with your boundaries, you are able to choose the people that should be part of your community. So you start with your values, the things that are important to you, the things that you value in men, the things that you value in yourself, the things that you value in your environment. And those values informs your principles. Your principles in terms of showing up for others. Your principles in terms of honoring others. Your principles in terms of the respect and the value that you give to others. And in that principle, your principle informs your choices. Because in that your choices, you are able to define your boundaries. You are able to know, this is where I want to go. This is what I want in life. This is what I don't want. And based on what you want and you don't want, you are able to define those people who are going with you there, or those people who you are going to let go at some point. When you finish watching this video, you're going to have to go back and call some of your friends and tell them thank you. Values. Your values shows me how you spend your time. Your values tells us what is important to you. Your values shows how you treat other humans. Your values determines your friendship and your relationship. Your values determine the way you spend your time. Your value informs your commitment. Your values inspire your clarity. Because you can only be aware or be clarified in an area of your interest. In economics, we determine the price of anything based on the value that you derive from it. So when a value determines the price of something, your value determines your principle. Your values determines the price that you place on other humans. Your values determines the price that you place on yourself. Because your values informs your principle. And your principle informs your choices. And your choices informs your boundaries. And your boundaries sets up your community. There is a difference between an assignment, a partnership, and a friendship. I'm going to repeat that again. There is a difference between an assignment, a partnership, and friendship. A partnership is people coming to you to partner with you through a process. A partnership are people that are in your life to partner with you through a process. Maybe you're trying to start off that business and they come and partner with you and help you market the product. Those are partners. Maybe you're trying to grow your social media platform and they come and help you market create your own brand and help you market your own brand. Those are partners. They come in to help you in a particular process. Not every partnership becomes friendship. Not every partnership becomes friendship. Your pastor comes around, help build you up spiritually. Your pastor doesn't necessarily have to become your friend. Not every partnership becomes friendship. People that are assigned to you, they come into your life to help you at a point in your purpose. People that are assigned to your destiny, they come in, they are like destiny helper because they are assigned to your purpose. They are assigned to you achieving your purpose. They come in, they give up their own ego, they give up their own lesson, they are vulnerable because they help you through your purpose. People that are assigned to you, they come in at a particular time. So first, assignment, partnership. An assignment, people that are assigned to you to help you through a purpose, they do not have to become your lifetime friend. Because friendship are people that are in your life at all times. They are people that are in your life through the thick and thin of life. There are people that are in your life through the good, the bad, and the ugly. There are people that are in your life through those chemotherapy. There are people in your life through the birthing of a new baby. There are people in your life through the death of a loved one. There are people in your life when you lost a job. Friendship are people that are in your life when you just win that big contract. Your friendship are people that will cry with you and sit down there and cry with you like Job's friends. And there are people that will look you into the eye and they will say, you have to snap out of it. Your friendship are always true with you. They are not there to motivate you at all times. There are times that they will kick your butt to get up and get to do something. Your friendship are true to you. The reason why some of us are disappointed is that we are expecting friendship out of people that are assigned to us. The expectation that is not met with the responsibility will face disappointment. And sometimes we are in partnership with people and we are expecting friendship from them. And we are saying, oh, she's too proud. She doesn't want to be friends with me. No, she's not proud. She's just a partner in a particular process with you. That doesn't mean that your values align together for it to be a long-time friendship. But a friend is somebody that is there with you at all times. To David, Jonathan was a friend. When David was nobody, was just a violin player at the palace, Jonathan was there. When he was at the battlefield with his father, Jonathan was there. Jonathan was a friend to David. But to Jonathan, David was an assignment. Because Jonathan's assignment was to build David, to build his confidence, to build his capacity, to teach him how to handle being in royalty. David was just coming from the field. He used to be with animal. He's not very familiar with all the protocols and the process and the policy that guides living in the palace. So David needed Jonathan to put him through. So to Jonathan, David was an assignment. But to David, Jonathan was a friend. So as I'm beginning to lay out all these different elements of relationship, you want to begin to see why you are disappointed. Because you are disappointed in people because your expectation is different from their own expectation. You're disappointed in people because your commitment is different from their own commitment. You're disappointed in people because their responsibility to you is different from the way you perceive your responsibility to them. Assignments, partnership, friendship. A friend is there at all times. During the bad times, a friend is there. During the good times, a friend is there. During the up and down of life, a friend is there. During the good, the bad, and the ugly of life, a friend is there. A friend is loyal. A friend understands the language and the currency of honor. The story that I have today is from Mark. And I'm taking my story from Mark 1. I'm going to talk about the 3 Johns in the life of Jesus. And from this story, you're going to figure out the difference between an assignment, a partnership, and a friend. John the Baptist had Jesus as an assignment because John the Baptist was part of Jesus' purpose. John the Baptist was sent to announce Jesus. If you read that Mark 1:16, the Bible made us to understand, starting from that one, all these 3 guys, all these 3 Johns, Jesus met them at the side of a sea. Jesus walked in, that was John the Baptist, baptizing people, and he said, this is the Messiah. This is the Messiah that has been sent to die for the sins of men. That was John's assignment. John was not Jesus' friend. He was assigned to his purpose. His purpose was to be the Christ that will die for our sin. Yes, we want all our relationship to lead to friendship, but not all our relationship will lead to friendship, because we will see down the line at some point when John was in the prison, he wanted Jesus to be a friend, but he was expecting something that was not part of the purpose, or that was not part of the deal. John the Baptist didn't get that from Jesus because it was an assignment. Now let's talk about one of Jesus' disciples, whom you know as Peter. Peter was the name that Jesus gave to him. But on the day that Jesus met him at the sea, he was a fisherman. His name was Simon. He has a brother, Andrew. Both of them were fishing when Jesus met them. And Jesus called them. He invited them to become a part of his team. And to Jesus, Peter John, who is the second John I'm talking about in this story, was a partnership. It was part of the process. He was supposed to step in and build the process of the church. Peter was supposed to step in and build the process of the church by motivating the disciples so that they can start in their own Jerusalem. Peter became part of the process because he stepped into Jesus' role to lead the disciples. Peter stepped in, became the leader, put them all together. They received the Holy Ghost, performed miracle. Peter was there, but Peter was not there all through the time. Because we remember on the Gethsemane, on the night that Jesus was going to be crucified, Peter denied Jesus 3 times. A friend is there at all times. Remember, that is the definition of a friend. Now let's talk about the 3rd John. And when I say the 3rd John, I'm not referring to the 3rd John book in the Bible, but actually the John that we call John the Beloved. John, the son of Zebedee. The John that was at the cross with Jesus. Yes, that was the John that was at the cross with Jesus. When Jesus said, "Mother," and he pointed to Mary, "look at your son." That was the friend that Jesus handed over his mom to. He called on John and he said, "This is your new mom. You will be the one to take up the job of taking care of my mom." Because when it comes to relationship, the currency that we spend on our loved ones is honor. When it comes to relationship, the currency that we spend on our loved one is respect. And the language of honor is loyalty. To Jesus, John the Beloved was a friend. He was there through all the time. No wonder he was the one that wrote the book of Revelation. He was the last of the disciples to go. They dropped him into oil, he didn't die. John the Beloved was there. He was there from the beginning, he was there at the cross, he was there at the end. He provided us a template of what was going to happen after the elect, those who are believers in Jesus, had gone up. He wrote the book of Revelation. A friend will be the one to tell your complete story. A friend knew when you were in pain. A friend was with you when you were up in the mountain. On the mountain of transfiguration, a friend will be with you. On the mountain of that change and that evolution and that evolving, a friend will be with you. A friend will be with you when you are down and there is no form of motivation coming from anywhere. A friend will wake you up.